What's going on, you guys? So check it right. It seems like Nota doesn't get tired of hating on young niggas who are really making big moves for themselves. So just to catch up on what I'm talking about, just yesterday it was revealed that A-Reece and Black Metaphor have a joint project that's in the works currently, which is huge, guys. And this revelation came after the big boss himself, Rick Ross, asked who was the best unsigned African artist, and Black Metaphor replied with A-Reece Young King. But it looks like that reply from the well-renowned producer didn't sit well with Nota, as he went on to say, "How would you know all the way from America? ? Just because you're working with him for clout doesn't make him the best." Now, Nota saying this is crazy, because does this nigga really think Black Metaphor, who is an established producer who has worked with the likes of Currency, Isaiah Rashad, The Game, Meek Mill, French Montana, Rick Ross, and many more, does he really believe Black Metaphor needs the clout? Really, bro? Come on. Sometimes I think he doesn't believe the bullshit he says on the timeline. Now, who you deem to be the best will always be subjective, because at the end of the day, it all comes down to preference, which I will never fault Nota for having. But my problem is the bullshit he mixes in with his opinion. Bro, Black Metaphor isn't doing any of this for clout. He just recognizes that A-Reece has serious talent, and you replying to Black Metaphor like this is just disrespectful. But moving along, he also replied to the well-renowned Grammy Award-winning engineer and producer Edward J. Nixon, who also recommended Reece to Rick Ross. Nota replied by saying, "That's a dope recommendation, but I think Touchline is the more authentic African rapper, whereas A-Reece sounds too American. Keep it real." Now, if Nota finds Touchline to be a better option compared to Reece because he's more authentic with how he comes across in his music, that's fine. I mean, Touchline is a really dope rapper in his own right, but don't bring down Reece as a means of trying to prop up another artist such as Touchline. I mean, why is it that in order to lift another individual up, we have to bring another one down? Is it really necessary to say he sounds too American? Bro, there's a reason why Nasty has been able to connect and create a lane for himself in the US, and it all comes down to being able to understand what is actually being said, because hip-hop or rap is based on lyricism and comprehending what the artist is actually saying. And it's for that reason why Reece would be recommended, because not only is he one of the top lyricists in the game right now, people like Black Metaphor and Edward J. Nixon actually hear and understand what Reece is saying in his raps. I mean, as dope as Touchline is, niggas in the US wouldn't understand half the shit he's saying in his raps. And just to understand what I'm talking about, go check out some of those American reactors who listen to SA hip-hop and see how they react when someone like a Blackie is singing or rapping in Zulu, or someone like a 25K who raps in Spitori. I mean, the best example would be 25K Hustler's Prayer featuring Reece, and just see how they react to 25K when he raps, and then see how they react to Reece, and maybe then Nota will understand why niggas like a Reece, a Shane, a Pretty Ugly, a Nasty C, and a Stogie would be recommended to people like Rick Ross, because he would actually understand what these niggas are saying. Now, my thing is this, right? Hip-hop is a fusion of different factors, which includes beats, bars, delivery, and flow. But none of that matters if people can't understand what you're saying, and Nota needs to come to that realization soon. But you guys, let me know your thoughts on this. Was Nota being disrespectful towards Black Metaphor with his response? And do you agree with his recommendation of Touchline over Reece? Or are you on board with what Black Metaphor and Edward J. Nixon said? Comment down below. Anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in, and I hope you enjoyed. Please make sure to hit that like button if you found the content dope, and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. It's on to the next one. Peace.